So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here
I'm
with,
Chris.
And I'm also Chris from the band Have Me.
and we're asking some questions today about their upcoming album Soma. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to the announcement so far?
Oh, the response is amazing. I mean, it's our debut album. It's a first for us, and it's still exciting because it's the first for us. But the response has been great. The singles are catching up. We got messages from all over the world. It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
That's
album
me.
rocks.
Holy shit. Yeah, this
Thanks.
album was amazing.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Of course.
Did you hear the full album?
Yes.
You got it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect. Yeah,
Brilliant.
that's sick.
So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Title-wise, definitely. Like Soma, I'm not even entirely sure if it's like Greek or Latin actually, but it definitely has a meaning, which is like body. So it with the whole album like revolving around the topic of like stuff going on in your head. Um, and it's sometimes feeling like it's also stuff that's like outside of your head. It's like more of a definition that it's basically like everything is just happening within this one entity, within this one body. So that's hence we're calling it Soma.
Hell yeah.
And the
Awesome.
artwork is kind of a depiction of the feeling we wanted to create with the sound in the album and the theme we have. So it's not basically something, but it's something here that evokes a feeling within you. So
Love that.
100%.
And also for the singles, it's really like the artwork is really dedicated to like the content of the single, like the lyrical content as well. So yeah, that's kind of where we've taken it from.
That's awesome. So you put thought into every little bit of this rollout.
Yeah,
we hope so. Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
we did.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Oh, yeah, writing this album was at first a bit challenging because we were a band that was used to just drop out singles, and now having a 10-track LP was a new challenge for us.
Yeah.
Because like everything has to link and have a certain feel to it, and the production needs to be like the same on every single every song. But it was a great challenge. I think we mastered it pretty good for our debut album. Normally I write the songs on my end, then we have our guitarist who produces and records that stuff, and then we send it to mix and master, and then the whole polishing stuff begins. On this album, we worked with several different people that helped us produce some audio backings or helped us co-write and co-produce. This was also a first for us, but we still wanted to keep the creative leadership on it, and we how do you say? Yeah, and I think we managed to get a album that we all love and that we all are standing behind and that we all want to share with the world.
Hell yeah.
Totally. As you said, like you usually drop singles and this is a full length. How did you approach writing a full album? Did you kind of take it bit by bit, song by song to kind of approach it in a single manner, or did you kind of start everything at once?
I think for the music genre we are in, I think it's best to tackle one by one, not having the whole album inside at first, because I think it's a pretty dynamic genre, and I think it's important to get your concentration and your focus on everything after one another. But still, it was a bit challenging to have like a flow to the album. And I think after we had all singles and then arranged them one after another, we found out that we still needed to work on some bits to make it flow more, better. But I think it was the right decision to just put out or to write the singles first and then like look on the album as a whole.
Absolutely. So what song off this album took longest to write, and which one is each of your own favorites?
I think instrumentally longest to write it's not like to write, but the oldest track we have is the self-titled track, the like the ballad track,
Mhm.
the most soft one.
Yeah.
I think that one was in my folders for like I think now 4 years, and we polished and reworked it over and over again. And yeah, I think that one is like 4 years old.
Oh wow.
That was, I mean, the
Like the
song
bass
was,
line, right?
yeah,
Like
the bass line,
we've rewritten it so many times.
yeah. I think that one. I think the most challenging one, like in a given time period. Um, I think not challenging, but I think Ex Negativa was also like a song where I really turned that song around like 4 times until we were really happy.
Wow.
And it's also my most favorite one
Okay.
after all. So I think it deserves the work we put into, and it's really come out good for
Yeah,
me.
100%. I can't really decide if my favorite one is like Ex Negativo or actually Blacklight, because those just go insanely hard. Um, yeah, just for the completion, I'd probably go with Blacklight
Okay.
Mhm.
because you already picked the other one. And also, I gotta say, like we've got 2 interludes on the album, which
Yeah.
I think, and I've said it before, but I'm really a sucker for like interludes, so I really love how they came together. Um, and as Chris said earlier, we've worked with a couple of people for the album, and like basically the 2 main collaborators we worked with, they were both handling like one each, like one interlude per person, you could say. So yeah, I kind of like how they define the vibe for the songs that are after and before,
Absolutely.
Yes.
like gluing it all together, I guess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I really love that.
Oh yeah. So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be a closer? Did you shuffle around and see what fits? What was that process like?
You mean like the order on how
Mhm.
we shuffled around? It's like building a set list for live. I think it's the same to have like a push and a pull effect to like, as Chris said, glue it together with interludes and have like the vibe differ from each other, so that you don't bounce like 3 tracks in a row and then it's like chill for 3 tracks in a row. So you have like a really good ebb and flow kind of
Mhm.
feel to it. But we shuffled it like as hell. So
Your interludes, they obviously they blend into the next track pretty much seamlessly. Did you guys already know what tracks were going to have the interludes, or did you place the track list and then you were like, all right, interlude here, interlude here?
I think it's neither. I think for like the Ex Negativo interlude, I think we had like the 8-bar outro of it with this kind of stuff. Then we wrote everything else, and then we thought that like it's the middle of the album. It could need an interlude there, and then we asked Jonathan Dolisi, who will work with us, if he would be keen to do an interlude with the sound he already put like on the end of the outro. And after that, like the interlude was born. I think
Okay.
that's the proper process.
That makes sense.
Gotcha. And it's funny that you say when you were looking at the track list, you were kind of imagining it almost as a set list. Because while I was listening to this album, I couldn't help but think, oh my God, this is going to fuck so hard, like live. And
Yeah.
so when approaching, like when you're making like a set list for shows with this album out, do you think it's going to be difficult to kind of put them in any different order? Because you already kind of have it as a set list.
Yeah, we've just recently put together the set list for like the upcoming shows, because we've kind of like planned a like semi-national tour here in Germany for the release.
Ooh.
And yeah, we've put together the set list, and like it's definitely a different feel to it when we like sprinkled in some older songs as well, like to make it fit the whole vibe and all that. But I guess yeah, either way, it's just, even if you like experience it in a live setting, it's like it's a wild ride, and I think the album is as well. So
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Love it. So would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you were creating this record?
yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to say, because we had like the whole idea for the album, like what it's gonna be content wise, like lyrically. We had a like we had the idea, and then it was all just a matter of like piecing it all together, and like to me it felt like a giant puzzle, like having it all fit together the way we wanted it to. And yeah, like Chris said, it's our first album, so we're definitely not really used to it, but it's been like getting into this whole idea of creating a cohesive work for like that's running for like 30 plus minutes. That was really like for us, like when we started, it was like, damn, that's a lot of work for us, you know. But eventually when you begin to work on it and like getting close to finishing everything, it definitely became like a place where we were like, yeah, we're finally kind of like done with it, if I may say so, because a lot of thought has went into it, like not just for like the writing, but also like the whole operational thing all around it. And yeah, we were really focused, I guess, for this time frame, especially when we wrote and produced the whole album. Yeah, like that's pretty much where we were at. And also I gotta say, like, because the album, I mean, it has kind of a theme, but it's not like me personally when writing the lyrics, like I'm not affected by any of the like I'm not the person that's actually talking like talked about in the lyrics. So yeah, it's not coming from a point of like pain or something. It's just trying to describe this notion as best as we could.
Yeah, from a distance. I think with the theme of the album, we wanted to create like a not really personal, but like a short story. Like every singer has a specific topic of mental illness that is depicting, and we wanted to not be like missionaries saying, yeah, you have to do this when you do that, or like we know for sure how it is. I mean, we have our basis is a psychologist, and he knows like deep stuff theoretically about mental illness, but we were never in the place where we wanted to be like a safe haven for that. We wanted to just bring attention to the topic, and we thought that like also the topic is really fitting to the sound we are getting to. So I think that's the point we are standing for.
Awesome.
And
I love it.
Like bringing up these topics, do you think that like your band will wind up becoming a safe haven at some point, just because like you're talking about these things and like people relate?
I think it's not intention to. I mean, it's important to speak about mental illness, and it's important to if you illustrate it, to also be communicative about it. But we are not standing there and telling people that we know the best decisions and ways to deal about it.
Because we definitely don't know what's best, like what to do. Like we're not the ones in that position. But I think like whoever decides that this music is helping them, I mean, that's obviously good for them. And I mean, like going to concerts and visiting live shows and festivals and listening to an album, if that helps your life in any way, then I think it's like nothing's better than that.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
And also like I mean, definitely the lyrics are kind of like you can like open for interpretation as well. So I mean, I've had albums where they were talking about God and all that, and I'm not Christian or something, but I could pull something out of it. Like it helped me.
Makes sense.
So yeah, that's kind of the route we're going with this. Yeah,
makes sense.
That's perfect.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you personally recommend?
I think
that's wild.
I think it's a workout album, and I think it's best to consume it one after another. I think we were always fans of singles, especially, as I said in the beginning, I think this kind of music is pretty hard to consume, like 10 tracks after another. I think with the singles we put out, I think we framed it really good on how like the whole of the album is going to sound like with every like direction it goes. But I see a lot of stories with our music in the gym, tagged, and I think it's a pretty good workout album to
Yeah,
get
people really
get
seem to dig the singles during workout.
yeah,
Like
to get
that's definitely one of the greatest responses we've got so far.
the muscles sore and punch some heads.
Yeah.
Getting swole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
this
mean, the
one should be-
definite.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. Please
Oh,
continue.
all right. Nah, no worries. So yeah, like this is definitely the one thing, like pumping the music in the gym, because the album has like lots of different tracks. I mean, you heard it, like lots of different tracks that really go and push and go hard and go
Yep.
forward. But like at the same time, there's like a couple people who were wishing for us to drop a vinyl and like just put the actual vinyl or like long play on and just listen to it as a whole. So there's apparently those kind of people as well, and I really appreciate anyone like pumping it their own way. And I would just suggest like go to the gym with it. It really
Or maybe
boosts.
I think who we are to instruction.
Yeah, true. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Do
just
whatever you want with the album.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Exactly. As long as you're
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this one should be super quick. Off the top of your heads, I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, no more, no less.
Okay. Let me start. I think dynamic, fast-paced, and hungry.
Angry. Okay, perfect.
Hungry, like not
Angry.
yeah, hungry for more.
I love it.
I'm thinking a totally different route. Patrick Bateman approves.
Oh no.
Nah, I'm just kidding. It's just
Oh my
I just
God.
had this picture in my mind of the guy like jamming our album and then
Oh yeah,
murdering this
him
guy with
walking
an axe.
around. Oh,
Yeah.
You're
You've
not
seen that
talking about the
movie?
scene of him in the office where he's like walking in with his headphones. You're talking about him brutally murdering someone while he's listening
Like
to
where
the
he's
album.
standing there, have
Jesus.
you heard the new album?
Oh
And then he
my-
just blatantly murders the guy. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
I couldn't
Wow.
have intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
That's fair. Oh my God, that's funny.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
Nah, whatever you feel with it. I don't think who are we to judge? No, who are we to push into anything? I think, as Chris said, the lyrics are like not written like to be in a kind of direction, and whatever the listener feels with it, I think is the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've heard like the album can feel depressing, I guess, in a sense. Like the topic itself can be, if you get it this way, then I think you can definitely get like the heaviness of the topic from it. But it's not like we are here to say, yo, you gotta be like super sad to listen to the album, and we want you to be sad or something. Because in the end, we're like a band. We want people to have fun with the album, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. So what is your favorite memory that you guys made while creating this album?
While creating this album,
Oh, damn, I'm always so bad at this. I gotta check my phone like gallery for like
I
funny
mean,
stuff.
Yeah.
for the songwriting process, I think my favorite milestone, I think I can't say it's a milestone, but we had a songwriting session with Lee Albrecht from Holofront, and
Oh.
he said a lot of things that helped me to see songs differently and write differently, and to focus on things I have never focused before on, and it helped me as a songwriter pretty much, and it was really eye-opening. I think that's in the process of songwriting and making the best part, because it was said just before we started, and it helped me tremendously to get the songs as I wanted them to be. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
fun.
Holofront rocks.
yeah.
I'm really thinking right now. That's hard. That's a tough question because, like, from one side, I feel like this was like the production phase, and now we're here to get to play it. So I feel like the real the real good memories are yet to be made. But at the same time, when you listen to it, and I just recently like spun the whole album again, like from front to back as well, and then it just occurred to me that we've recorded all this basically on our own. So I'm really like, I felt really proud, really, that we're just a bunch of guys recording this in the basement, like. We're tracking everything by ourselves.
Dark and dusty
exactly.
basement.
It's really horrible in there, but still, we kind of like made it work. But
like the ceiling is like here, so it's
oh my god,
you really got it done too.
Like really DIY,
yeah.
But it works, and it's crazy.
It works.
So that's definitely where we gotta pat ourselves on the shoulder for.
That's a good point. I think, given the resources with what we had, I think that's really a big part of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Never would have guessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all noisy, loud, aggressive music where we yell. I think like the microphone just picks that up. If there's a radiator in the background, you wouldn't hear. So
yeah.
Exactly.
You just need a really good mixer and a really good production team, and we had it, and it worked out.
For sure.
I love it.
So picture this, you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
A beer. Is it a snack?
Okay. Sure, yeah.
In Germany, it definitely is.
As long as you're not driving.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry for the stereotypical, but...
Yeah, sure.
Or, I mean, like for the last tour, we've definitely been addicted to Burger King.
Oh, Burger King, okay.
Yeah, because they, like in Germany, we don't have the whole vegan menu for too long. So we were all like super excited that they have vegan stuff on there. Like that's at the same price for like the regular items. So like for me, it was like, damn, we gotta fucking hit Burger King right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
I think a dish that involves really a lot of ingredients. Something like a stew or something, like a spicy stew. Because we all have, I think we all have different tastes and different expectations and goals and work ethics, and we still work together. And I think the difference we have, like in working and in experiencing music, is what makes this stew so spicy and tasty.
Perfect.
All right. So for the last couple of questions, we're going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with drink?
I think for me it's pretty easy because I love it, but I think I have to explain it. It's Semmelknödel. It's a German like potato, like, what is it? I don't know. It's like a dumpling, but not really a dumpling, with with the mushroom sauce on it. And for the drink, I think it's a ginger ale.
All right.
That sounds good.
I'm just gonna go with Burger King.
Burger King.
Yeah.
Great.
Jesus,
what drink?
Let's go. Sprite.
Sprite? Perfect.
Like
yeah,
magic,
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Naboo.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah. We're both big Star Wars fans, so it was obvious that this was the answer.
All right.
Oh.
I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Gray, even it's not a color.
Gray. A color, I'll count it.
I'm going with orange.
Ooh.
Orange.
Nice.
Good.
Fancy.
Yeah.
It's fancy.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Just listen to the album, smash some heads on our shows, have fun with it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you for silence, guys. It's been half me, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.